Rally code. Be clean.
Oh, hi, Rally, and g'day, Polly.
Hi, Fidget.
Yeah, do you like my hat?
I do.
It's a little big, I must say. I've been outside. I've been sun smart because I've been outside for a good couple of hours now. And do you know what I've been doing outside, Polly?
Maybe gardening?
Yeah, what gave that away?
Probably the spade.
Oh, yeah, the big spade. Well, let me tell you what happened. I had this little tiny weed in the garden. It was so teeny weeny. And Nan said, Fidget, you should get that weed out of the garden. And I was like, oh, settle down, Nan. It's only a little tiny weed. And do you know what happened, Pole?
What happened?
That weed grew and grew and grew. Next thing, it was all through Nan's veggies, all through Nan's flowers. She was so cross. So I've been out there for about an hour trying to chop that great big weed down. It's been stink ass.
Well, Fidget, do you know that weed is kind of like our bad thoughts? They can grow and grow and grow. Let's hear a Bible story about it.
Sounds good.
This is Simon. Simon is a nice boy. Well, most of the time. One day Simon went to school and he noticed that his friend Jack had a nice new basketball. I'd love a nice new basketball like that one, thought Simon. Simon and Jack loved to play basketball and shoot hoops together. But Simon couldn't stop thinking about Jack's basketball. He wasn't happy for Jack. Simon was jealous. I don't see why Jack should have a nice ball like that when I don't have one, thought Simon. You know what I should do? I should take his ball. I should take his ball when he's not looking, and I should bring it back to my house. He can always get a new one, Simon thought. And Simon thought, and thought, and he kept thinking. He kept thinking about taking Jack's ball. But Simon knew his mum would notice if he stole the basketball and brought it home. Simon's mum would ask him where he got it, and his mum would probably make him take it back to Jack and say sorry for stealing it. So Simon thought some more. Maybe I should just take it and chuck it over the back fence at school. If I can't have a nice new ball, I don't see why Jack should have one either. I should just throw it away. Then I won't have to watch him playing with it every lunchtime. And before he knew it, Simon wasn't being very nice to his friend Jack anymore. And he didn't want to shoot hoops with him anymore either. Simon seemed angry, but Jack had no idea why. Simon was angry that Jack had something he wanted. Thinking about stealing Jack's ball, or taking it and chucking it over the fence, was just making Simon more angry and more jealous. Simon's teacher, Mrs. Dooley, noticed that the two boys weren't playing together anymore. Simon, Mrs. Dooley asked, "What's wrong?" Simon couldn't hold it in any longer. He had to admit to Mrs. Dooley that he wanted Jack's ball. At first, he was just a little bit envious, but the more he thought about it, and the more he dreamed about it, the more angry and the more jealous he got. Mrs. Dooley understood. That's right, Simon. Sometimes we have bad thoughts. We think about wrong things, like stealing, or hurting others, or saying bad things about others. And if we keep on thinking those thoughts, they grow and grow and grow. We need to find a way to take those bad thoughts and wash them away before they stay and grow.
I'm in the kitchen today because I want to show you something that Jesus talked about, something that Jesus said. He gave an illustration or a word picture all about being clean. Now, he was talking to some very important people in his day. He was talking to the religious leaders, to the teachers of the law and the Pharisees, that's what they were called. They were very important people. And he said these people were kind of like a cup, which is nice and clean on the outside, what you can see. In other words, these religious leaders, well, they were clean on the outside, what people could see. When people watched them, they always did the right thing. When people listened to them, they always said the right thing. But you see, Jesus knew what was going on the inside, in their hearts and in their heads. And he knew that they had evil and mean and wicked thoughts, kind of like a nice clean cup on the outside, which is not clean on the inside. Would you drink water out of that? I don't think so. What needs to happen to this cup? Well, we need to wash it out, don't we? And that's the same with people. We need to be made clean on the inside. Jesus came into the world to make people clean on the inside, to make them right with God, to wash away their sin and their evil thoughts and their bad deeds and the things that they say that are wrong. See, Jesus was clean on the outside and the inside. Jesus always said and did and thought the right thing. And he came into the world to die on the cross, to be punished for the wrong things that we do and think and say. He came into this world so that we can be made clean on the inside, not just the outside when people are watching, but on the inside, in our hearts, in our minds, the things that we think and say when no one's watching. Let me read you a verse from the Bible. This comes from a book in the Bible called Philippians, chapter 4 and verse 8. And in this verse, the writer is talking to people who Jesus has made clean on the inside, people who trust and follow Jesus. And he says, now that Jesus has made you clean, you should stick with it. You should be very careful about the things that get planted in your mind, about the things that you think about and focus on. He says in Philippians chapter 4 and verse 8, fix your thoughts on what is true and honourable and right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. In other words, if Jesus has made you clean, don't let those rotten thoughts take root and grow like a weed in your mind. Think about the things that please Jesus and keep it clean.
Oh, I like that story. You like that story, Paul?
I did.
Yeah, it's a reminder, isn't it, that, sin, bad thoughts and things that we want to do and things that we say, they can be like bad weeds or like dirt, and we need Jesus to get rid of them. He needs to wash us clean. He needs to take the bad things away. But then after that, we shouldn't let bad things grow. We should be clean. We should get rid of the bad thoughts and think good thoughts. We should stop thinking about bad things and mean things and rotten things and start thinking about the good things that Jesus likes instead. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So what about your garden, Fidget?
Well, I've learned a lesson with my garden too. When a weed's still little, gotta dig it out and get rid of it. Kinda like those thoughts, eh, Paul? Well, that should be us for today. We should say bye to everyone at Rally. Bye, Rally.
Bye, Raleigh.
See ya.